Here we are in the dome. It's dark under here simply because of the water. It's really dark. Um, I've got torches all over down there. The mobs are only spawning up here, so they're not a big problem. They'll most likely die if they fall down there if they're dumb enough. Um, and that's my only entry in and out of here. So let's exit here. We got a little bit lag, but that's because of all the running water. That's about how high I'd like to go, but I'm still kind of second guessing myself. We'll take a look around we'll do a little look around the landscape, see how much the water has actually come out. Um, I mean, there isn't really much else to show and tell about that, other than uh, you see the beacon here. If we actually go up to this one, and I believe if we look south, we should see another one. Well, if it wants to load faster, but it's not going to load very fast because of all the running water. It's the running water that's lagging. And if I get this all filled up, the it should end. I mean, I've got a little ways there, but actually this water will kind of drop down to the level. The level of the water, yeah, it was down further than this. It was down to about right in here. So I mean that's a long way I've actually come already. Actually, maybe not that low. This this year actually marks that. That's where the level of the water was. This is the very, oops, broke it. Oh well, I'm gonna break. I might keep it or might remove it. These top blocks will probably go, but that's the level it was when I first started. Now I'm all the way up to here. Some areas I'm a little bit higher. Some areas I'm not high enough. Um, Eventually, it will flood all the way up into here. I'm not gonna let it come that way. I'm probably end up putting up a you know, glass wall. I just want it so when you see it, we're far enough out here where you can barely see the dome. I mean, if I get a little bit closer now, you can start seeing it coming into sight. But I want to be far enough out where, see, there's the other beacon. So, if you keep following them south, you get to a point where you got to make a slight, start heading southeast. It goes to another place. But I've got that on video already, but it's so long, Facebook won't load it. So we've actually come out past these islands. There's a little cave. It's right there. So that is now underwater. There's a large one right here that will eventually be underwater. There's other small little caverns, that tunnels that go into the ground. A lot of those I've buried. There's a volcano actually. It's so dark. I don't know. I don't know where it's at, but that one's buried. There's one over here that's will eventually be completely buried. Let's see, beacon. Coming back around. Yeah, see. I probably didn't have to go that far, but I figured, oh, what the heck. I mean, there's a huge section here that I might end up glassing that off. Otherwise, I might come all the way in here. And there's just a little pond right in here area. A cave, which will get buried. Oh, there's a little pool down in there. I've been having fun pushing these guys around. This goes out this way a long ways, but I might end up blocking that off now too. And that's a lot of water. I mean, it's painstakingly time consuming, but the biggest one is actually this one here. This is the original sea level down here. That's how far I've come up so far. This is the longest one. I mean, that goes out into open water out here. This one here is probably the only one I'm not going to glass. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. That's just a lot of glass. That dome was a lot of glass. No, this is the only one I'm probably not going to touch. See, there's some of the islands down there, the desert down there. The desert that I'm actually flooding. This here, I'm probably going to glass this a little bit here, but I've already started glassing all of this. Where's my sand? There's probably a couple spots here that I put buckets. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of cactuses under the water right now. A lot of them. Let's go under the water here and see if we can see any of them. So there's a couple there. Well, there's a lot more than a couple there. But there's a lot of them underneath here. This ain't completely all glass. There is a section of sand wall. I don't know why there's a piece missing there, but there is. This glass actually goes for quite a ways here, but we're going to go to the end of it. If I didn't glass it, that village would be underwater, and don't really want to lose it yet. I'm debating whether I'm going to do or not. So the glass comes this way. It's eventually going to go right around over here. See, there's a lot more magma. Actually, I'd like to try to get up in there. It did come out to here, but I finally glassed it off, and I decided, oh, that's kind of long. We're not going to go that way, that long, that all the way out here anymore. We really don't have to. So I came back out here, and we're gonna actually gonna try to flood up into here. I'd like to see what happens. That magma falling down into a, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, we've got this little channel that comes through where you can get through there if I really tried hard. There's that little cave thing there, a little tunnel through. I've been flooding this one. This one used to be a lot bigger. There's a little tunnel there and one down in there. It's kind of interesting. I mean, there was a little river that flowed right down through here. It wasn't a solid one. It was kind of actually a dried up one. It was a pool here. There was a pool here, but then it dried up to a dried riverbed, and then there was sections along here that was all dried up. It was me just figuring out how high I'm actually gonna be coming. I've got a long ways to go. And then once this is all filled in, I've got to do the other painstaking job, and that's filling that in with sand and then digging back out, and then I can finally start setting up camp. I broke the redstone with this. I mean, I could turn back on, throw a little redstone there, turn it back on, and start going around. It helps where I could just sit there and hold the button, but I tell you what, that's a lot of bloody sand. And that's still a long ways down there. I wish there was some other easier way where I could have some, fill a bunch of chests up with sand and have some way for them to empty, and then some sort of device where either a dispenser would be nice, but when a dispenser dispenses sand, it doesn't recreate the block and allow it to drop. It just, you get those little cubes, that's it. I wish there was some way for it to automatically place the blocks instead of me having to sit here and doing it. But I'll end up doing it, so I guess stop complaining, huh? Let me throw a couple glow stones down here. Light this place up a little bit. the lag. It's because of the running water that's outside. I can't wait till I get that part done. Maybe it won't be so bloody leggy. It's annoying. Trust me. The dome project probably wouldn't have been so bad if I wouldn't have done it like this. Probably would have done what a few other people have recommended and just took in the water world. Yeah, but does the water world have the awesome landscape under the water? That's the biggest question. Probably not. I've seen a lot of ocean floors, and they've all been kind of flat. No interesting little caves and stuff that are open to the ocean floor. If you ever go deep sea diving, you don't see any. Um, you get the chance to see some interesting things around coral reefs and stuff. All right. Well, that's it for this video. It's just a little update one. So, and that's about all I can fit on Facebook right now.